Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our EGM Securities Update. I got Lawrence in the house. Lawrence, what are we talking about today?
I think we also just touched on Trump again, the trade war.
The trade, I think that is his signature foreign policy success. This ability to crash with a single tweet, coercive, I call it coercive financial warfare. And I don't know if your impression's the same, but mine is that he's actually winning this.
I think he's winning.
Yeah.
And I think he'll win more once we're actually in the trade war. But I know it's uncharted territory.
Yes.
But again, we're yet to see. So last Friday, he said that he's ready to double down on his threat on actually imposing tax on all Chinese imports.
Yes.
And
but that's
short
the limit,
notice.
right? He can't go beyond that, can he? He did on everything.
On short notice.
Yes.
But you see, that has a cascade effect on emerging market futures, emerging markets.
Yes.
And most importantly, in terms of investor confidence, because the market is driven so much by investor confidence. So it's obviously affecting investor confidence, mostly in emerging markets and also in China. Yeah, so that is
the correlation's quite high, isn't it? Because China's been sucking up the extra demand out of emerging markets.
So actually, the thing is that the kind of like the market vibe, so to speak, is that China may not come out of this, unhurt.
Yes.
They might actually have to, give up a lot if we get what.
That's what I think. I think increasingly, this is to me his signature success.
Exactly, because China is kind of disadvantaged in that they produce a lot, and America consumes a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this is their biggest market. But how do you play that if you wanted to trade on that geopolitical basis that actually he's winning? What would you do? You'd have to sell emerging markets more.
Yeah, that is what I would kind of think of doing, or maybe buying more economies that are not driven by so much production. Maybe things like the Nasdaq.
Yes.
Things like tech.
But I saw the Nasdaq came off a little bit.
Came off a
you
little
were
bit.
good with that stop loss.
Yes. I kind of had to exit the market. But most importantly is this: if you are dealing with with economists, who are kind of asking for real numbers, and then we are dealing with statistics and numbers, then we could kind of foresee. But this is more of Trump. It's more of political. So it kind of hard to kind of drill down to the numbers and see what it's going to give us. You
were also going to talk to us about Brexit. You said there was a little bit more positive conversation.
So the Trade Union Congress, they have an affiliation to the Labour Party, are saying that they would want a second referendum if Theresa May does not come with a good deal for Britain. So obviously the polls are showing that yes, a second referendum may be a thing that will happen. Theresa May was not for it. So a second referendum means that guys get to vote again and decide, okay, are we going to go with Brexit?
And it seems the numbers have moved in favor of staying in the European Union since that first referendum.
Yes, so the numbers have moved. Obviously, France was very much against, Britain leaving the European Union, and obviously a lot of countries in the European Union. So we kind of just want to see if we go for a second referendum, what is the market pulse? Do guys still want to get out of the European Union, or do they want to stay? I think right now it's kind of hard to gauge, but I think everyone has been kind of it's too much going on. They might just give up on getting out of.
So are we seeing a recovery? Because it seems every time there's talk of a look again at this whole problem, we see sterling improve a little bit. I know there was some good data last 3 months, I think 0.3%. But what do you see happening? Here we are with cable.
Just to touch on that is that the British economy has grown quite much between May and April. I think the fastest since comparing the same amount since last year, it has grown by quite a good number. Yeah, so the economy is doing well. The British economy is doing well. So that also obviously puts into play the pound gaining against the dollar. Yeah, but in terms of the kind of the whole landscape of is Britain out of the European Union better than Britain inside the European Union? It's kind of hard to tell. For me, I don't see any disadvantage of Britain being in the European Union.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, but we've been going up to like 130 a couple of times, and then some bad news comes out, and we drop down again.
I think we're actually in a range now, because it's kind of hard to kind of know what is happening now, because Britain did have its share of getting hammered after Brexit. It recovered, so I think we are still in the same range where it was right at Brexit time. So you obviously more positive news that Britain is going to come out strong, either with or without Brexit, is going to be positive for the pound. Okay. Yeah, and I think we've had enough of dollar gaining. over the past few weeks.
You think so?
Yeah,
you think
I
it's
think
running
so.
out of steam?
Yeah, against maybe strong currencies like the pound,
Yeah.
who've got their own agenda moving forward. Yeah, I think it might be running out of steam for maybe strong currencies like the pound.
So if I was to force you to do something, you'd be long the pound.
I would be long the pound. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't want to be long.
I don't want
today.
to be long for now.
Okay.
Until I kind of see. Again, I just want to be in the trade war.
Yeah.
Kind of know is it going to happen, not happening.
Okay.
Just want to know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Emerging markets.
So this is now the contagion effect of the trade war,
yes,
isn't it?
yes. The next.
What is this instrument?
This is just the USD ZAR.
Okay,
the rand,
this is okay. Well, the rand is improved actually.
The rand is improving. Yeah. I think the pressure was taken off the rand.
Yes.
And went to the Indian
rupee.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's lost I think 1.3%.
Yes.
And their stocks also got a hit.
Yeah.
So I think an advantage to the rand is that they're kind of now shifting.
So it's a bit of rotation.
It's a rotation happening. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to see.
So
what
do you see? What does the rand telling you? What would you be doing? That's crossed your moving average. Is that bullish?
It's crossed. Yeah. But it might have to come and settle at the 200.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I said, with emerging markets, it's very, it's not technicals driven.
Yeah.
It's more fundamentals driven.
So we've improved because we traded up there when we got those GDP numbers.
Yes,
We've
yes.
seen a bit of an improvement.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to sell the rand here.
You want to sell it?
Yes.
You think that the dollar is going to gain again?
Yeah, against the rand.
Against the rand.
2 lots.
2 lots?
Yes.
It's quite heavy.
And the stop 1475.
1475. 5.
Yeah.
It's around 2% of the account.
Yeah.
Maybe we want to make it smaller?
No.
Okay. 1475. Okay then.
I know you like to trade with very tight stops,
Yeah.
Lawrence. I've noticed this.
Yeah.
0.5% is the maximum you like to risk on a trade, which is a good philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Because it means that you've got a lot of
1% is too big for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure too.